Hello and welcome. Happy New Year to every single one of you watching this video. Hello and welcome. I hope 2021 has been kind to you so far. We are only a couple of days in. Actually, we're a week in, and yeah, I know it's been a ride already, hasn't it? But it's great to be back. It's great to be doing videos again for you. I took a little bit of a break, and I hope I was missed. I hope you all missed seeing me. And you may or may not have noticed that I am now only going to be doing Monday and Friday videos for you. I'm going to hopefully start doing some live sessions on the in-between. So the content on the channel is going to be Taroscopes on a Monday and your pick a card inspiration on a Friday, and hopefully sometime Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, sometime on the in-between, we'll do some live sessions. And that's the plan going forward. It may change. I get bored. I change things up all the time. So today we are doing pick a card, and our first pick a card of 2021, and I'm so excited. I obviously needed to do something theme related, something specific to 2021. So as you can see by the little comment up there, we are looking at moving into 2021. So that is our theme for today's reading. That is our theme for today's pick a card. Moving into 2021, what do you need to know? What's going to be happening? What is significant? And to do this, I am going to be working with the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, one of my all-time favorite decks, and I know I say that all the time. And I am also going to be working with the Divine Doors cards as well. So you're going to pick your bundle based on the door, based on the Divine Doors, and then we will get the actual message from the Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck. All right, so for those of you who are returning subscribers, returning to my channel, thank you. It's absolutely so wonderful to have you back here. I'm so honored and so blessed to have all your support and all your love, and I do so value and appreciate every single one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. For those of you who are in my channel membership, my YouTube channel club, the Insight Membership Club as I like to call it, an extra special warm welcome to you. And I look forward to connecting with each one of you again very, very soon. And for those of you who are finding my channel for the first time, an extra warm special and welcome to you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the content that is on offer in my channel. All right, so let's get straight into it. So what I'm going to do is I have got 3 doors, and I'm going to show you the doors. I need to make sure I show them to you in the right order. So this is door 1. Okay, so that's the first option that's available to you. That is door 2, and that is door, or doorway, I should say, because that's not actually a door, and that's door 3. So you have got these 3 doors that you have to choose from to help you pick your bundle. Let's see if I can do it like this. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if that's going to work. We've got a bit of a glare. There we go. I think that's quite focused. Door 1, door 2, or door 3. And let yourself be guided, or let yourself be drawn to one of these doors, and and that's going to be the doorway, because besides for this one, they're all doorways. That'll be the doorway that has the message, the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration for you. All right, so do you want to see what's behind door number 3, door number 2, or door number 1? So door number 1 is this beautiful ornate wooden door. You can see it's old. That's number 1. Number 2, do you want to go up and see what's through there? And that is doorway number 3. Okay, so you've got doorway 1, 2, or 3. Which one are you drawn to? Which one are you interested in? If you need to just pause and reflect and think about it, I will put an image on screen now to help you. You can go quiet, you can breathe, you can relax, you can meditate, do whatever you need to do. Look at this image and see where are you feeling drawn? Where are you feeling like there is an answer, a reading, and guidance and inspiration for you? Is it doorway 1, doorway 2, or doorway 3? Good, got it. And once you know which doorway you're interested in, once you know which doorway you're attracted to, if you are on my blog, you can just scroll down and you will see on my blog there will be the different options available to you. If you are on YouTube, open up the little description box below where people type in all sorts of nonsense, and inside there you will see I have the actual timestamps. So all you do is you click on, if you're interested in doorway 2, you click on doorway 2 and it'll take you straight there. So you bypass doorway 1. Okay, so you won't have to watch through that to get to yours. You can go straight to yours. If, of course, you want a message from all three of the doorways, by all means, more than welcome. And I'm sure you will get something from each one. But otherwise, if you want just yours, use the timestamps below. They do make life a lot easier. Absolutely. All right, friends, I'm going to stop babbling and let's get straight into it, starting with doorway number 1. Hello and welcome to all of you who chose doorway 1 as the doorway that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this isn't the doorway you wanted, open up the description box below and go over to door 2 or door 3, whichever one was the one. But this is door 1. And this is the one we're doing the reading for right now. I will give you the message behind the door at the end of our reading. And in case you didn't know, today I am working with the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. It is such an awesome deck. I really do love, love, love this deck. And this is the deck that's going to give us our inspiration and our guidance for 2021. So very, very exciting. I have shuffled the deck before I started recording, but I'm going to shuffle again now while I have you on screen. Because yeah, that's just what I like to do. So our theme today is moving into 2021, and I know we're a week in already, but this is, whoopsie, my first pick a card of the year, so it's just appropriate that we work on moving into 2021. And even though we're a week in, it's fine. So I've got a couple of questions that have written out again, as always, as our, to get the reading that we need. And the first question that we're asking, well, actually, all the questions we're asking is like, what can we expect from 2021? What do you need to be mindful of? What do you need to be aware of? What's significant and important for 2021? Now that we're here, now that it's started, what else do you need to know? So as I shuffle the cards, let's just set the intention. Let's take the time that we need to set the intentions, to just make sure that everything is exactly as it needs to be. Let's just ask that we are all godly, divinely protected. Let's ask that we are all given the reading, the message, the inspiration, and the guidance that you need right now. Let the cards give us the message that you need. Let the message be true. Let the message be helpful. Let it guide you on your journey of life, and may it just answer the questions that are sitting in your head or sitting in your heart, the questions that you have in your life right now. And so it is. All right. So question number 1 is, what is your main theme of 2021? What is the main theme of the year that you need to be aware of, that you need to be mindful of? So your main theme of 2021, 4 of Swords. So very interesting. First thing that I notice is that I say she, it's a he, excuse me, I don't know my males from my females today apparently. He's lying down, okay, he's resting, he's got a cloth over him, but look at that beautiful window behind him. Look at the bird flying, even the flowers that are just sort of hovering above him. And it's almost like there's this energy that's coming from the window and coming down over him, covering him completely, okay? So he is, I just want to see if I can get the card into focus. So he is lying there, he is resting. You can see his eyes are closed and you can see that he is resting. He's taking his time and he is just, I want to say he's chilling, but it doesn't even look like he's lying on a bed, doesn't it? It looks like he's sort of hovering mid-air almost. But what this card is, what the 4 of Swords is telling you, it's the card of pause, it's the card of rest, it's the card of healing, it's the card of patiently waiting. But this energy that's sort of floating down over him is saying that he is being revitalized. His energy, his form, his physical is being re-energized, revitalized, and just healing is taking place. So this is your main theme of 2021. So it's telling you, don't be too quick to jump into anything. Don't be too quick to rush ahead into anything. You need to stop, you need to pause, you need to breathe. We need to just be patient. We will know when the time is right for any kind of action, okay? Don't feel the pressure, don't feel obligated to jump ahead and to start doing anything. You need to wait until the time is right. You need to wait until the circumstances are right. You need to practice patience, okay? But you also need to recognize that you are exhausted. Whatever happened in last year, whatever you've just been through, whatever transpired in your life previously has taken its toll on you, and you are now in a position where you are exhausted, physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted. So this card is saying to you, just take it easy, okay? Give yourself a chance to recuperate. Give your body, your physical being, the chance to find its energy, to find its center again. Don't be so quick to rush ahead. Don't be so quick to jump in and do things. Take your time and let the healing take place. Take your time and let everything unwind slowly. Don't rush into this year too quickly. Okay, so that is your theme, the overall kind of main theme of 2021 for you. Let's pick up the deck again. And my next question is, what are you leaving behind? So it's not what happened in 2021. It's just like, what is the energy that you are right here, right now, leaving behind you? Okay. So what is the energy that we are leaving behind right here, right now, where we are at in our life? What are we leaving behind? What is the energy that we are leaving behind? And this is the card that's coming out. Oh, I like it. Okay. So we've got King of Cups. So King of Cups is the energy that you're leaving behind. And you know what? You may find that there was a lot of, and it's interesting how I'm picking this up. So what Spirit is saying to me is that there's a lot of manipulation type energy that you are leaving behind. There's a lot of those kind of energies that you're walking away from, that you're leaving behind, which is why you need the rest, which is why you need to recuperate, okay? Because the King of Cups is the card of about being in control of emotions. It's the card of being dominant, strong, courageous, and brave with regards to our emotional self and how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others, and how we respond and react to all of those circumstances as well. And so King of Cups is saying the energy that we're leaving behind is we're leaving behind all of that. We're leaving behind this need to be so in control, this need to be so dominant and to be so strong and to be so brave and courageous when it comes to our emotions. We're probably feeling a little bit vulnerable. We're probably feeling a little bit exposed, a little bit vulnerable, and like we need to just heal a little bit. So, 2020, you may have found yourself needing to be in control and needing to be strong and needing to be brave and needing to be so many emotions. We're leaving that behind because we're recognizing that's not who we are anymore. We are now different. We have now evolved. We have now moved past that. And maybe where we're feeling now is just a little bit more vulnerable. Okay, so we're leaving that behind us and we're becoming more in touch with our reality and more in touch with who we are and exactly what we're feeling. Okay, good. Leaving that one on the table in front of me, picking up the deck again. And the next question that we have is, what do you have to look forward to in this next year? So what positive thing do you have to look forward to in 2021? What positive energy, what positive thing do we have to look forward to in 2021? Let's see what we get. Okay, so it is this card that wants to come up. Oh, how very interesting. Queen of Cups. So what we're leaving behind is the King of Cups energy. Okay, so we're leaving behind King of Cups. And what we have to look forward to is the Queen of Cups. So that's very interesting how we're going from an emotional point, how we're going from this need to be in control and this need to be strong and this need to be brave and courageous to nurturing and to taking care of, because that's what the Queen does. Let's have a look at her. She is absolutely gorgeous. And if you look at her face, you can see that she's a strong woman, but she's also gentle. Okay, you can just see by her hand movements and how she's nurturing all the koi fish, how she's taking care of everything, and even the expression on her face. She's a hard woman. She takes no nonsense. She knows exactly who she is. She's very confident in herself. She also is always looking after everybody else. She's taking care of everybody else. She's taking care of the collective, okay? But she doesn't take care of anybody until she's taken care of herself. Whereas our king, he's just about orders. He's just about control. He's just about dominance. So we're leaving this behind. And what we have to look forward to is a more nurturing emotional state, more nurturing, more creative, more caring, more kind, more gentler emotional being. So that's what you've got to look forward to in 2021. And I think it's so interesting how we were leaving behind the king and what we're looking forward to is the queen. I think that's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Good. Picking up the deck again, and the next question that we have is something that you need to be mindful of. Okay, so as we're moving forward into 2021, what do you need to be mindful of? So this is not necessarily a negative. It's just something that Spirit needs you to be aware of, just something that Spirit needs you to be cognizant of, just something that Spirit needs you to be mindful of and aware of going into this year. Okay, as we are moving into 2021, what does Spirit need you to be aware of? What does Spirit need you to be mindful of? What is important for you to be taking on into your heart and into your mind? Let's see what we get. Okay, so we're going for this one. Oh, I need to look first. Oh, the world. Okay. So, world is a very interesting card, very interesting energy. The message of the card is that coming full circle. Okay, it's about coming full circle. It's about recognizing that we've made a full revolution, and we've just completed a year, so we've just gone a full circle around the sun. We have just made a full revolution, but in your own life, in your own space, with regards to your emotions, because we've had the King and the Queen of Cups. With regards to your emotions, you need to recognize that you've made a full revolution, and you need to recognize that that doesn't mean the journey is over. That doesn't mean that you've accomplished everything. Tick. No, what it means is that, okay, so you've done one round, now it's time to do it again. The question that you have to ask yourself is, are you going to do it the same way? When you make another round around, are you going to do it the same, or are you going to make some changes? Are you going to do something different in the hopes for a better outcome, for hopes for a different outcome? And remember, the question we asked here is, what do you need to be mindful of? And this is what Spirit is saying, is you need to be mindful of the fact that you are about to go around again. And when you do it again, are you going to do everything exactly the same way, or are you going to make some changes? Are you going to do something a little bit differently? Okay, so something to be mindful of. Be mindful of the fact that we have to re-journey, re-go through, but we need to make sure that we're doing it a little bit differently. You know, it's interesting. It's not that we need to do everything differently, okay? It's just certain things. So we almost have to look back and say, okay, so when I went through that experience, this is how I treated it. This is how I handled it. This is how I responded. And if I am to experience that again, how am I going to handle it this time around? Second time around, third time around, however many times round it is, how are you going to handle it this time? And this is what you need to be mindful of, so that when you face those challenges, when you face those opportunities, when you face those circumstances, that you are able to make a better informed decision and handle it differently in our way that we move around everything. Okay, awesome. Right, and I've got one more question. So picking up the tarot deck again. Whoops, and throwing them on the table. You know me, I can't get through a pick a card without throwing cards on the table. It's just not possible. All right, so picking up the deck again, and let's give it a shuffle. Now, all we're asking here, so we've looked at what is our main theme for 2021. What is the main theme moving into 2021? And for you, it was the theme of patience. It was the theme of allowing yourself to recharge your batteries. It's allowing yourself to be still, allowing yourself to grow in energy, to receive the healing, to receive the patience, to receive everything that you need before jumping into anything. So it's about being patient, it's about being cautious, and it's about being mindful and waiting for the right opportunities, the right times for the right opportunities before jumping into action. So it's about being cautious, about being careful before jumping into anything. What are we leaving behind? We're leaving behind our need to be in control of our emotions. We're leaving behind our desires to be on top of everything and to have everything figured out. Okay? I like that way that I've interpreted it. What do we have to look forward to? The fact that we can nurture our emotions, the fact that we need to be a little bit gentler with ourselves and our circumstances and all the things that we have going on around us. And what do we need to be mindful of is the fact that just because we've completed 1 year doesn't mean we're done and dusted. It means we've got a whole nother experience to go through. And we are about to embark on a new journey. We're about to embark on a new spin around the wheel. So let's be mindful of it, and let's make sure that we don't make the same mistakes again that we did last year. All right. And now to end it off, we're asking for a message from our higher self. So what does your higher self need you to know right now? What does your higher self feel kind of advice and guidance that you need to know in your life right now? What is the message that we have from your higher self for each one of you watching right now? Let's see what we get. What does your higher self need you to know? What does your higher self want you to know? What is important and significant? And apparently it's this one. Oh, okay. Right, so we have got Emperor energy coming through. Emperor, I love, first of all that red fiery energy that we see, the colors, the bold, the bright, they're beautiful. And if you look at our Emperor, let me just see if I can get him into focus. There we go. Can you see how strong and confident he is? Look at everything that's around him. He is super confident. Look at that huge big Aries ram head above him there. So he's got everything together. He's super strong. He's super confident. One of the things that's very interesting about Emperor energy, and I say this every time the card comes up in any of the readings, is Emperor energy is very strong. He's very courageous. He's very brave, but he's very logical. Okay, he's very logical. Everything that he does from a place of logic, from a place of balance, from a place of understanding. But one thing that he is not is emotional. So he does not make any emotional decisions. He does not make any decisions based on feelings, his feelings or anybody else's. Everything that he does is facts, figures, logic. Okay, so this is a message from your higher self, and your higher self is saying to you that when it comes to making any decisions in your life, when it comes to making any changes, when it comes to anything coming up for you in the next year, make sure that you remove emotion, remove fear, because fear is an emotion. Remove fear. Base everything on facts, figures, and logic. And if you do that, I don't want to say you won't make a mistake, because it's human to make mistakes, but you will get through it. It'll be easier and less complicated to make the decisions and to move forward in the way that you need to. But you need to make sure that everything is written down, facts, figures, logic, practical, all of those kind of words is what's coming through here for you. And it's very interesting how we were walking away. What are we leaving behind? We're leaving behind our need to be in control of our emotions. And what does your higher self need you to know? That it's time to make decisions, to make everything that you do going forward based on facts, based on figures, based on logic, based on practicalities, and not based on emotions. Even though what you have to look forward to is the nurturing of your emotions. Because remember, we're growing, we're evolving, because that's what's happening in our whole planet at the moment. Growth, evolution. We're all evolving, we're all changing, we're all becoming something different to what we were before. So your higher self is telling you, be strong, be brave, be bold. Okay, be bold, because of all these bold colors. Be bold, be brave, but no emotions. Everything based on facts and figures and logic, plans, strategies, all of those kind of things, not really feels. Okay, no feels for you. All right. So those are your what you've got to look forward to, what's coming up for you in 2021. Now I want to go back to see what's behind your door. So this was door number 1. Excuse me. This is door number 1. This is how you chose this reading. This is how you chose this message for yourself. Let's see the message behind the door. Freedom flows. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. Read that again. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine, sacred reason. And you know what? Basically, what this message is saying to you is don't dream small. Dream big. Okay? We are making changes. The whole world is different. Everything is different. There's change happening every day, every minute, all around us. So don't allow that to restrict you. Don't allow that to hold you back. Don't allow fear, worry, concern, anxiety to hold you back. Dream big, think big, expect big, and allow it to happen, because big is going to happen for you. Freedom flows. Freedom flows. Don't let fear, because fear and anxiety and worry and stress and all of those things are what stops the freedom from flowing. Just let it flow. Be open to it. Be open to it, okay? Don't let emotions get in the way. Just open that tap and let it flow. Facts, figures, and logic. All right. So friends, those of you who chose door number 1, I do hope that you enjoyed your reading. I do hope that it speaks to your heart and soul. And I do hope that it gives you the confirmation, the inspiration, and the guidance that you need in your life right now. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose doorway 2 as the doorway, as that has the reading, the inspiration, the guidance that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are here and you realize that this isn't the doorway that you wanted, then, just open up the description box below and you can jump to the right doorway. But otherwise, if you found yourself here accidentally, then maybe this is the doorway that you need to hear. So we are doing doorway number 2. There is a message on the back of this card, which I will give towards the end of the reading. So, right, we are doing moving into 2021 as the theme for our first pick a card of the year, and I am using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck to give us our inspiration, to give us our reading today. I have got a couple of questions written out as always that are going to use to give us our reading, but let's get the intention. Let's set the intention. Let's set the mood. Let's get everything right so that we can get a good reading for each one of you today. So as I shuffle the cards, we're asking Spirit to draw near. We're asking that the cards that we draw today be the cards that have the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. May the questions that, or the answers that we get to the questions that we ask, be exactly what we need to hear, to give us the guidance and to give us everything that we need. Whoops, and so it is. And so it is. All right, so I am shuffling away, and as I'm shuffling, the first question that we are asking today, or the first question on our list, is what is the main theme for you in 2021? So what is the main theme that you need to be aware of in 2021? What is the main energy of the year that you need to be aware of? What can you look forward to? What is the theme of 2021? And apparently this is the card. Okay, first of all, I'm carrying it upside down. Right, so very, very interesting. Door 2, bundle 2 people. Let me actually get it into focus. The card finally in focus. Can you see the focus and the determination on his face? This is why I needed you to see it, all right? So you can see that he's a warrior. You can see that he's somebody who works hard. You can see, look at all the swords that he's carrying. I mean, he's got his sword up here. Whoops, see if I can get my fingers in the right place. But then he's got all these other swords here that he has acquired. And you can see by the bottom here, there's all sorts of arrows that have landed on the ground. He is at battle, okay? He's been out to battle. He is obviously victorious. He's still alive. He has succeeded. He has achieved. He has achieved everything that he set out to achieve. But he doesn't look like he's feeling that fabulous about it, all right? So he knows what he needed to do, and he has been successful. But he's not really happy with himself for the things that he's had to do, okay? So your theme for 2021, what this Five of Swords is telling you, is that you may find yourself this year having to do things that don't bring you joy. You may find yourself having to do things that aren't really up your alley, that aren't really the things that you enjoy doing and the things that you want to do. It's not going to be all about happiness and roses, unfortunately. You're going to find yourself forced, and I use that word on purpose because as much as he's a soldier and as much as he volunteered to be the soldier, he has been forced to do things that go against his belief system, that goes against who he is at the core of his being. And you may find yourself having to do the same thing. So even though you are going to be successful, even though you're going to achieve and going to tick off everything off your list, there is still going to be this feeling of at what cost? Okay, at what cost to yourself, at what cost to your own soul do you have to do all of these things that you have to do? So unfortunately, not a fabulous theme, but now that you're aware of it, now that you know that this is what's coming up for you, you can handle it better. Now that you know that this is what you're going to be facing, it's going to be easier for you to make the right decisions at the right times. And then when you have to do the things that you have to do, it's going to be a little bit easier for you to know that it's just what's on the cards for you this year, okay? So it doesn't mean that you can avoid it, because you can't, okay? It doesn't mean that you can ignore it. It doesn't mean that you can step away from it. You have to own up to your responsibilities. You have to do the things that you have to do, even if they make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, even if they don't always feel great. But success and victory is going to be yours, but it is probably going to come at some kind of cost. Okay, so now that we know our theme for the year, it helps us put everything into perspective. That's one of the reasons why I like to do that, because it puts everything into perspective and it just helps you to understand more of what's expected of you moving forward. And we're moving forward into 2021. All right, so question 2, or our second thing that we're looking at in our reading today. Again, I'm throwing cards all over the place. It wouldn't be me if I didn't drop cards. All right, so we're shuffling. The next question that we have is, what are you leaving behind? So it's not necessarily leaving behind in 2020. It's not necessarily that. It's just where you are at in life right now. What are you leaving behind? What is behind you? What are you leaving behind? What are you choosing not to carry forward? What is the energy that's behind you? What is the energy that you're walking away from? What is the energy that is no longer serving a function and a purpose in your life at the moment? So what are you leaving behind? What is the energy that's behind you? Okay, we have got the Knight of Coins. Okay, so first of all, you can see the two horses fighting. We have got this huge big helmet, if I can call it that, in the background. And he looks fierce, okay? He really looks fierce. Knight energy is action, it's movement, it's change, it's It's powerful, it's strong, okay? And the Knight of Coins has got to do with our material possessions. It's got to do with our stuff, all right? So the energy that you're leaving behind, the energy that is behind you that you're not taking with you, is this, I'm going to, and I'm interpreting the card based on the images and based on what card it is, but what you're leaving behind you is this fight and the struggle for success, for financial success. You're leaving that behind you. It's not what's important this year, okay? It doesn't mean you're not going to make money. It doesn't mean you're not going to have financial success. It doesn't mean you're not going to achieve all the financial goals and dreams that you've set for yourself. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means the fight, the struggle, the competition is what you're leaving behind. You're choosing not to be that person anymore. And it's interesting because that's your theme, okay? Your theme is recognizing you will succeed, you will achieve, you will do well, you will be victorious, you will achieve all of that. But it's just how. It's how you participate. It's how you respond. It's how you be. So what are you leaving behind right now? It's the Knight of Coins, and it is the fight and the struggle to be the victor. It's the fight and the struggle to always be at the top, to be the top dog, to be the dominant horse, if I can put it that way. That's what you're choosing to leave behind, and I think that's fabulous. All right. Picking up the deck again, and let's have a shuffle. Our third question. So we've looked at our overall theme for the year. We've looked at now what you're leaving behind. And our next question is, what positive thing or aspect do you have to look forward to in this year? So what one positive thing, what one positive aspect can you look forward to? What positive energy is going to come forward for you in 2021? So as we move into 2021, we're looking at what we've left behind now. What positive energy, what positive influence, what positive aspect is coming into your space? I thought I had the card there, but I didn't. I always wait. I get like a feeling as to which card it is. So let's see. I know some people choose the jumpers. I don't choose jumpers because I know I'm a bad shuffler. Right, it's this card here apparently. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords energy, right? So remember, this is what positive energy, what positive aspect, what something positive do you have to look forward to in 2021? And Ace of Swords is about new ideas, new concepts, new thought ways, new thought patterns, coming up with new inspirations, coming up with new guidance, learning, looking, and finding ways of doing things differently. So it's about non-conforming, okay? Not just, last year happened in whichever way it happened for you, but this year, like, I don't want a repeat of that. I don't want to have to just do the same thing. So how can I do things differently? That's what this card is all about. This card is about fresh inspiration, fresh guidance. And if you look at those eagles, first of all, look how they are soaring, look how they're flying. They don't have a care in the world. They are just trusting and going with the flow. They're using the air around them to help them soar even higher, okay? So it's about new ideas, it's about new thought patterns, it's about new inspiration, but it's also about reaching new heights. It's about allowing yourself to soar and taking opportunities as they present themselves. And again, birds, when they're flying, when they hit that thermal energy, they take advantage of it and they allow that thermal energy to help them soar even higher. So they don't go, I suppose they do go looking for it, but they don't sit on the ground and wait, okay, there's the thermal, boom, I'm going. As they're in the air and they come across it, they use it and they take it and they let it soar. So this is what you need to do. This is what you've got to look forward to. As much as our year, the theme for the year is one of having to do things that we're not proud of, having to do things that we're not happy with, having to do things that don't really please us and make our soul happy. That's our overall theme. We're leaving behind the challenge, the fight, the struggle. We're leaving that behind. We're choosing not to take it forward with us. And what do we have to look forward to? All this fresh ideas, all this new inspiration, all these new methods and processes and things that you want to do. So if you've got ideas, if you've got strategies, if you've got things sitting here in your head, act on it, work on it. Put it out there, let it happen. Don't hold it in. Last year we bottled it up. Last year we kept it all inside, hoping, waiting for the right time. This is telling you the time is right now, and it's time. It's time to take your ideas and to work with it and use them now in this year going forward. All right, awesome. Picking up the deck one more time. And the question we have now is, what do you need to be mindful of in 2021? So it's not what you need to avoid, it's not what you need to be careful of. Mindful could be a positive thing because it's just something that spirit are maybe a bit concerned that you may overlook, that you may not see, that you may not notice. So what do you need to be aware of? What do you need to be mindful of? What is spirit worried that you might not notice, might not see, might not perceive? So what do you need to be mindful of going forward into 2021? What is the thing that Spirit wants you to be mindful of, wants you to know about, wants you to be aware of? Okay. Oh, wow. Another Knight energy. Wow, these readings are so interesting this week. Okay, so here we have the Knight of Cups. So you had previously, if I can find the card, previously with what you were leaving behind, you had the Knight of Coins. And this was the fight and the struggle to be on top financially, materially, materialistically. And now, what do you need to be mindful of? Spirit are giving you the Knight of Cups. So let's see if I can get the card into focus. So if you have a look here, we have got two rays at the bottom here, okay? And they are under the waters. You can see we've got the waves crashing, and again, we've got the Knight's helmet. The Knight's helmet doesn't look as fierce as it did in the Knight of Coins, but we've got these two rays, and they are in the water. I love the sun rays coming through there. It is absolutely exquisite, absolutely exquisite. So what do you need to be mindful of? This is telling you need to be mindful of your enthusiasm. You need to be mindful of your emotional energy that may run ahead with you. Because as much as this year is the year of success for you, and as much as it is the year that you have to do things that you might not be happy with, you might not like doing, and as much as you've got all these new ideas, you want to make sure that we're not rushing ahead with these new ideas until we've actually given it a bit of thought, okay? Because the Knight of Cups is emotional flamboyance, okay? It's about being a little bit out there with your emotions, and wearing your heart on your sleeve and doing everything with huge emotional what's the word I'm looking for, flamboyancy, okay? And we need to just hold back the emotions a little bit. Don't show your enthusiasm too much, because you know what happens when you've got all these ideas, when you start sharing these ideas with a person, if you are over enthusiastic, I think that's the word I was looking for just now, if you are over enthusiastic, people are going to buy into that, people are going to see it, and people will take it away from you, because unfortunately people are like that, okay? People can be nasty. So Spirit is saying, what do you need to be mindful of? Just keep your emotions under control a little bit. Don't let your emotions run away with you during 2021. So sometimes we need to have that emotion, because that emotion drives us, that passion and that enthusiasm really drives us and allows you to move forward. But Spirit is saying, just be mindful that you don't allow your emotions to run away too much. We need to reel it in a little bit and not be so super enthusiastic and super excited. Okay, because you know what, we want to keep some things to ourselves. We want to keep some things under wraps a little bit. We don't want to put all of our energy out there, because unfortunately people will take advantage of your generosity, of your kind heart, and all your ideas and inspiration that are going to come through for you during 2021. Good. Last question. Okay, so because we've looked at what's coming up for you in 2021, moving into 2021, what are you leaving behind? What do you have to look forward to? What do you need to be mindful of? The last thing that I sort of thought was important is just a message from your higher self. Okay, so what does your higher self need you to know over and above everything that we have already covered? What does your higher self need you to know? What is important for you to be aware of right now? What is the final message that your higher self has for you right here, right now, to help you take advantage of everything that's coming up for you? What is important? What does your higher self need you to know over and above everything else right here and right now? Okay, let's see what card comes out. Right, I'm taking this one over there. I love that. I love that. So we've got the sun energy that's come through for you here, and the sun is the best card out of all the tarot. The sun is about happiness, joy, success, abundance, all of those positive things. And I mean, if you look here, we've got the whole solar system hanging here in this beautiful room, and here we've got this person who is just reveling in the glory. Okay, we also have this machine in the back here, and in this particular tarot deck, that machine is the universe. That machine represents the universe, and it says no human intervention required. Success and happiness and joy is yours. That's what this card is saying. You don't actually have to do anything. Now I am going to, with this card, I want to just bring in and remind you the theme of 2021 for you. So it's telling you it's not going to be a walk in the park. Let's put it to you that way, okay? Because with this card, that's what it's saying. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be uncomplicated. Yes, you are going to be successful. And here we have absolute confirmation of that. Right, your higher self just reminding you that you will be successful, you will be happy, you will achieve absolutely everything that your heart and soul desires. But in order to do that, you may have to step on a couple of toes. In order to do that, you may have to do things that you're not proud of. You may have to do things that go against your grain, go against your integrity, that go against who you are at the core of your being. So you are going to be that, okay? And success is going to happen for you. There's no doubt about it. Success and happiness and joy. But in order to have that, we have to go through the hardship first. We have to, it's not about suffering. It's not about struggling. It's just about doing things that you ordinarily, and you know what? It could be as simple as telling somebody no. You may be the kind of person who never says no to anybody. All right. And you may suddenly have to look somebody in the eye and say, no. You know how hard that is. That's really, really hard. But that's what this card is all about. This card is about looking at a person in the eye and saying, no. Here we have your higher self saying to you, you will manage. You will be able to say no to that person. You will be able to put them in their place and you will have success. Remember, what are you leaving behind? You are leaving behind the fight and the struggle to always be on top. You're leaving behind the fight and the struggle to always be seen as one of the most important or one of the significant or whatever. You are not participating in that fight and that struggle anymore. That's what you're leaving behind. What do you have to look forward to is all these ideas, all this fresh inspiration, all these things that you suddenly are important to you, all these things that suddenly you want to do and want to achieve with your life. That's what you're looking forward to. And something to be mindful of, to not allow your emotions to run away with you. You've got to keep your emotions in check. And finally, your higher self is telling you success and happiness and joy and abundance is absolutely going to be yours. And then finally, you chose this doorway. This was how you got to this reading. This is how you chose this reading. It was through this doorway. So there is a message on the back of this card. I'm going to turn the card over and I'm going to show you the message. Heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. I want you to pause the screen, take a screenshot of it, write it down, do whatever you need to, but this is beautiful. Heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. So friends, this message is saying to you, 2020 is done. It's over and it's done. Let's not ponder. Let's not worry. Let's not think. Let's not give it any more energy. Let's focus on the new day. Let's walk up the stairs. Let's walk into the light and let's go and see what the new day brings, because your new day is going to bring you happiness, joy, and success. But you need to let go of the past first. Walk up the stairs. So friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it spoke to your heart and soul and gave you the guidance and the inspiration that you need in your life. Love and blessings from my heart to yours until we connect again. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose the third doorway as the doorway that has the reading, the message, and the guidance that you need in your life right now. So here is the doorway. So this is the card that you chose that has the message that you need to hear in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So there is a message on the back of this card, which I will read to you at the end of the reading. So stick around to the end to see what lies beyond the doorway. So I'm going to leave that on the table here in front of me. And today I am working with the Legacy of the Divine Tarot to give us our guidance and to give us our inspiration. So let's set the intention. Let's get into the right frame of mind and let's get to your reading going. So as I shuffle the cards here today, we're asking for Spirit to draw near. We're asking for Spirit to guide this reading today for every single one of you who is watching. We're asking Spirit to make sure that the cards that we draw, and I'm just dropping them on the table, we're asking Spirit to give us the cards that we draw, to give us the answers, the clarity, the reading and the guidance that we all need in our lives right here and right now. For every single one of you who are watching, whenever it is that you watch this. And so it is. Okay. So we have got a couple of questions that I have written out on the table here in front of me to help us get clarity on moving into 2021. What is it that we need to know as we move into 2021? And the first question that I have is your theme, the main theme of 2021. So let's have a look and see. What is the main theme of 2021 for all of you watching right here and right now? What is the main theme for 2021? And apparently I'm taking this card. Okay, let's see if I can get it into focus first of all, because this card is absolutely exquisite. Right, so it is the moon, okay? And look at her as she sits completely naked and completely transparent in the moonlight. It's almost like she's bathing in the moonlight, isn't it? And she has got her protectors here. She's got her 2 dogs here on either side. They have got a chain there which is protecting her and keeping her safe so that nobody can come near her. And she is just enjoying the moonlight, and she's allowing the moonlight to heal, to clean, to heal everything that's going on around her. So it is the moon. The moon is something that comes out at night. The moon creates shadows in the ground. The moon is also about our feminine cycles. It's about our intuition. It's about our emotions. It's about all the things that happen here under the surface. Okay, it's not about what we put on the outside that everybody sees. It's about the inner side. It's about the things that happen internally. It's about our inner feelings, our inner intuitions, but it's also about facing our inner fears. Okay, so the moon is about telling you that sometimes we need to face our fears. Sometimes we need to be open and transparent like she is. We need to be naked and expose ourselves and allow ourselves to be seen for the vulnerable person that we are. We have to dig deep and we have to face our fears before we can move forward. So your theme for the year, the moon card coming out as your theme for the year, is saying to you that you need to be vulnerable, you need to be transparent, and you need to be facing your darkness, facing the fears, facing the things that scare you most. And if you can find that courage, if you can find that braveness inside of you to do that, to trust your intuition, to listen to your inner self, to listen to your heart space, to see what's going on inside you and to face those fears, if you can overcome that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So your theme for the year is looking and facing your deepest, darkest fears and insecurities while being vulnerable, while exposing yourself, and about letting people see you for who you truly are, and trusting your intuition and knowing that everything's going to be okay. All right. So that's your theme for 2021. Good. Picking up the deck again, and now the next question that we're asking. So now that we've got our theme, now that we know what the overall kind of energy is of 2021, the next question that we want to know, the next thing that we want to know is, what are we leaving behind? Okay, what are we leaving behind us as we move into 2021? What energy, what aspect of ourselves, what is it that we are leaving behind? Never mind the cards dropping on the table. What are we leaving behind? Let's see. Okay, this is the card that wants to come out. I love this. We've got the Sun card, okay? So the Sun is normally the happiest card in the tarot. It's the most positive card in the tarot. It's about happiness, joy, and success. But this is telling you that this is what you're leaving behind. But the way that we're interpreting it is in line with the Moon card. Remember, our theme is the Moon card, and this is about facing our fears, about being vulnerable, about exposing ourselves and being true to who we truly are. What we're leaving behind is ego, because the Sun is ego. Okay, now normally we don't always interpret the Sun as the ego, but in this particular case we are interpreting it that way. The Sun is your need to be perfect, you need to be fabulous, you need to be the best version of yourself. It's the ego that drives our will, it's the ego that drives our ambitions, and this is what you're leaving behind. So if you look back at the last couple of months of your life, if you look back at what you've just come from, you will see that it was this need, this desire, this ego within you that was pushing you to achieve great things and pushing you to do so much. Whereas, and maybe that wasn't important. Maybe achieving all those things actually wasn't what truly was important. Maybe it's digging deep within yourself that's important. Maybe it's finding your true center, finding your true self, finding your true who you are. That's actually the most important thing. And maybe that's what you figured out, which is why we're leaving this behind. I like that. I like that. Right, so I'm going to leave that one on the table here in front of me. And I'm picking up the deck again. And question 3, or the third thing that we are looking at. So again, we've got our theme. We've got what we're leaving behind. And now we want to know what positive aspect do we have to look forward to? What something positive do we have to look forward to in 2021? So we've looked at what we're leaving behind. And what we're leaving behind is not necessarily a bad thing, not necessarily a negative, but here we want to know, what do positive thing, what something positive do we have to look for? Yeah, you can see how absolutely gorgeous this card is. Look at her. Isn't she beautiful? So the star card is traditionally the card of hope. The star card is traditionally the card of dreams, the card of inspiration, and the card of knowing that everything is going to be okay. So what do you need to be mindful of? And you know what? Maybe what it's saying to you, let me just get my theme card out again. So remember, your theme for the year is facing your fears. The theme for year is looking at the things that are hiding in the dark, facing that, being open and transparent with who you are, and trusting and looking within. Okay, looking within yourself, and that in itself can be so scary. So the star card is telling you, what do you need to be mindful of? It's going to be okay. Always look for the inspiration. Always look for that light in the sky. Always look for that star that's shining bright, and let that guide you. Let that lead you. Let that be your guiding light. Okay. The star card is telling you that if you hold on to hope, if you hold on to that dream, that wish that you've made, everything is going to be okay. Don't fear anything. As long as you hold on to hope, as long as you keep that in your heart and soul, you know that everything is going to be okay. So the star card is telling you, hold on to hope. Have hope, have faith, have belief, and know that everything is going to be okay. All right, so that's what you need to be mindful of, especially when we are petrified, especially when we are nervous, especially when we are afraid of facing our deep, dark self, especially when we're afraid of looking at ourselves in that place. That's when you need to remind yourself, but hold a second, it's going to be okay. I'm not alone. It's all right. Everything's going to be okay. All right. But that's what you need to be mindful of. Right. Last question from the tarot deck. And what we're asking here now, the question that we're asking here is just from our higher self, from your higher self, what else do you need to know right now? What else? We've spoken about all sorts of things already, but what is one final message that your higher self needs you to be aware of right now? What is another message or a final message from your higher self for you right here and right now? What does your higher self need you to know right here and right now? And I want to take apparently this card. Okay, so this is the Nine of Wands, and again, let's see if I can get it into focus. So as you can see with this card, you know, it's almost like he's paying homage. It's almost like he is being mindful and thoughtful of everybody around him and everybody, you know, that he's engaged with. So it's almost like he's praying at a gravesite or something. You know, he's put his shield down. You can see over there, he's put his shield down. You know, he's definitely being respectful. Look at our moon in the sky over there. He's definitely being respectful. He's had a long and a hard journey. It hasn't been easy for him, but he is being respectful. He is paying homage. He is giving gratitude and giving thanks for all that has transpired. The Nine of Wands also says to you that you're exhausted. The Nine of Wands also says to you, you know what, you don't know how much more of this you can handle. You don't know how much more of this you can face. You're almost at that point where you just want to, can I just pull out now? Can I just, at the next bus stop, I'm jumping off the bus and I'm going home, okay? Because that's what this card is all about. That's what this Nine of Wands is talking to you about. And this is the final message from your higher self that's telling you, we know you're exhausted. We know it's been a long and hard journey. We know it hasn't been easy. We know how difficult it's been, but just please hang in there. You are so close to the end. You are so close to victory. You are so close to success. Giving in now would be a waste of time and energy and effort that you have already put into everything. So perseverance is necessary. Persevering is needed right now. So don't give up just yet. It has been tough. We recognize that. We see that, but it's going to be okay. But you need to just hold on a little bit longer. Okay. So that is the final message from your higher self. Don't give up just yet. Yes, pay homage, respect, and understand everything that you've been through and everything that you have accomplished. But it's not the time now to pack it in. It's not the time now to give up. You've got to keep going just a little bit longer. Just keep going a little bit longer. All right. So your year 2021 is going to be the year of looking within, facing your fears, finding out what's happening here at your heart and soul, looking at the cycles in your life, looking at all the mysterious goings on, facing your fears, facing your anxieties, and recognizing that, you know what, if you are just you, you are perfect. If you are just yourself, you are absolutely perfect. So that is your theme for the year ahead as we move into 2021. What are you leaving behind? You are leaving behind your need to be in control. You need to be perfect. You need to be that person. You're leaving the ego behind, and you're just going to go with the flow and allow your natural rhythms of life to guide you and to lead you. That's what you're leaving behind. What is something positive that you have to look forward to is the recognition and the accolade for all that you've done, all that you've achieved, and who you are as a person, because you're an amazing soul. You really are an amazing soul, and you have to look forward to that. Something to be mindful of, something to be aware of, is that you need to hold on to hope. It doesn't matter how bad things get. It doesn't matter how scary things get. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. It doesn't matter what you're facing. Just hold on to hope and know that it's all going to be okay. And a final message from your higher self is telling you, we know you're tired. We know you're exhausted. We know it's been a long and hard and difficult road. You're so close. You're so close. Everything is going to work out absolutely fine, but don't give up just yet. All right. So this was the doorway that had the reading and the message and the inspiration that you needed. Let's have a look and see the message on the back of the card. 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. I love that. So 3 of Cups. Sorry, I see we're out of focus. Here we go. The 3 of Cups is a tarot card, and it's a tarot card of three people coming together and saying cheers, and hitting their cups together in celebration, in acknowledgement of something that they are celebrating together. So it's very interesting, and it says a toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness, 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. And you know what? I do think the celebration is got to do with, I'm trying to find the card here, with the recognition and the accolades that you're going to receive. To know that you have persevered and you have reached the end, and success and victory is yours. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's when you're going to step through the doorway and celebrate and acknowledge and enjoy a good time with your friends and your family. So that reward is there for you. That reward is coming. Perseverance will definitely pay off. So friends, I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it spoke to your heart and soul. And I do hope it gave you the answers, the clarity, the guidance that you need in your life right now. I really do hope it does. Until we connect again on Monday with your Taroscopes, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. Take care.